We don't hate you. We don't care enough about you to hate you. We just see that you're a fool. You make a fool out of yourself virtually every day. That's why we talk about you. We're laughing at you. We're making a mockery of you. You're making a mockery of yourself. It's not hatred. You really should learn to distinguish between those two different emotions because you're receiving one in droves, and it's not hatred. You can act, like you're Beyonce all you want. You're not. And just like her, you can play the victim when you're not. But you're going to have your hands full with people laughing at you because you behave so foolishly.
When Megyn Kelly goes in on a politician, it isn't just a critique, it's a career-altering blowtorch. Jasmine Crockett, once hyped as the Democrats' fiery newcomer, found herself stripped of the Polish and forced into the harsh light of reality. Kelly didn't just poke holes in Crockett's persona, she shredded the entire facade, exposing her as more spectacle than substance. What was meant to be a rise to power now looks like a crash landing, and Crockett may never recover.
Woman, I've had about enough of her. She wants to be like a member of the squad. She thinks of herself like an AOC. She talks like, she's from the hood. Meanwhile, she grew up in a nice family. She didn't talk like this 3 years ago. 3 years ago, she sounded like you and I sound in this conversation. Like, I'm really excited to be going to Congress. I can't wait to get started on my new job. And now she's like, we need a smack.
Kelly locks in on Crockett's habit of confusing noise with power. The louder Crockett gets, the more convinced she seems that she's winning an argument. But volume isn't intelligence, and outrage isn't evidence. Megyn Kelly highlights the emptiness of Crockett's style, showing that beneath the shouting, the gesturing, the exaggerated theatrics, there's very little substance. It's like watching someone pound on a table while the real conversation takes place somewhere else entirely. Crockett mistakes the sound of her own voice for authority, and Kelly exposes that delusion mercilessly.
So she claims to be, from her people. She puts on this image that she understands the Black American struggle. But let's face it, the girl went to private school. She went on to, I don't know what college and law school. She went to, it's like, she's a complete fake.
Yeah.
She's as fake as her eyelashes. She's as fake as her hair. She's as fake as her fingernails. And she is such a massive fraud.
What makes Kelly's takedown so brutal is her ability to remind the audience that Crockett's rise has less to do with talent and more to do with the hunger of a political machine desperate for a fresh face. Crockett was vaulted into the spotlight not because of her accomplishments, but because she fit a narrative. She became useful as a loud defender, a dependable attack dog for party leadership, but she has yet to prove she can do more than bark on cue. Megyn Kelly rips away that protective illusion and lays bare a politician propped up by optics rather than ability.
In the Clinton administration.
Please calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk noise and then
You're out of control.
He said, Jasmine, what you have to realize is that if you are really going to make change, it's not going to be in the Texas House. He said, you did a great job playing defense, but you have a chance to play offense.
If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Meanwhile, you pointed out, her high school looks like a cast.
If you're enjoying this video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Kelly doesn't just criticize, she contextualizes. She places Crockett alongside a long line of politicians who mistook performance for policy and self-promotion for service. Crockett's grandstanding in committee hearings, her obsession with getting viral sound bites, her fixation on making sure the cameras catch her every smirk and eye roll. All of it becomes fuel for Kelly's fire. This isn't statesmanship, it's theater. And Kelly makes sure the audience knows Crockett is less a lawmaker than a low-rent influencer who wandered onto Capitol Hill.
Things was, we were having a committee hearing on oversight, and it was really late at night. And I was really irritated because I'm always like, why can't we work normal work hours like regular people, 8 to 5? I don't know what's wrong with Congress that we're always doing crazy things at 9, 10, 11, 2 a.m. under Nancy Pelosi. So we're on the oversight committee, and she is running off her mouth, and I shot at her about her massively huge fake eyelashes.
Yeah, this made news.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I said something along the lines of like, well, you can't read it because of your fake eyelash.
The real sting comes when Kelly breaks down Crockett's supposed accomplishments. Crockett's record is unimpressive, to put it mildly. She has a knack for inserting herself into controversies, but when it comes to delivering meaningful legislation or achieving tangible results, her portfolio is thin. Kelly hammers this point home, contrasting Crockett's endless self-promotion with the very little she has actually done for her constituents. It's a devastating reminder that Crockett's real skill is self-preservation, not leadership.
But you're going to have your hands full with people laughing at you because you behave so foolishly. And the fact that you're a diva bitch behind the scenes, so much worse. You're not even beloved by your staff. Like, you alienate everyone. The people who know you best don't like you. The people who are just glancing at what you're putting out there publicly don't like you. So who likes you?
Megyn Kelly zeroes in on Crockett's reliance on identity politics. Crockett constantly wraps herself in the armor of race and gender, treating any criticism as an attack on her identity rather than her ideas. Kelly slices through that tactic like a hot knife through butter. She points out that hiding behind identity doesn't change the fact that Crockett's arguments are shallow, her strategies weak, and her priorities misplaced. The audience doesn't see a bold champion of progress. They see a politician exploiting grievance politics for personal gain. Kelly makes that distinction sharp and undeniable. Perhaps the most devastating part of Kelly's takedown is how she highlights Crockett's lack of discipline. While others on Capitol Hill may at least try to maintain a veneer of professionalism, Crockett can't resist the urge to lash out, to make everything personal, to turn every policy disagreement into a brawl. Kelly underlines how that kind of conduct might get attention on social media, but it does nothing to move the needle in Washington. In fact, it actively undermines any credibility Crockett might hope to build. A serious player knows when to push, when to hold back, when to choose their moment. Crockett doesn't. She's all impulse, no strategy, and Kelly leaves no doubt about it.
It's perfect. The Human Rights Campaign. These are the people who run around harassing every business to make sure that they're being pro-LGBTQ and pro-DEI and not doing anything that a Human Rights Campaign finds offensive in any way, shape, or form, unless if you are in a wheelchair and are the governor of Texas, in which case it is fine for Jasmine Crockett to do this to you. Watch.
Because we in these hot-ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now.
Megyn Kelly also skewers the hypocrisy that clings to Crockett's every move. Crockett rails against privilege while benefiting from the platform it affords her. She bashes systems while cashing the paycheck those very systems provide. She speaks of justice and fairness while dismissing or mocking anyone who disagrees with her. Kelly takes the audience through example after example of Crockett saying one thing and doing another, reminding everyone that hypocrisy has a way of corroding credibility faster than anything else. And with Crockett, hypocrisy isn't the exception, it's the rule. Kelly has a way of cutting past the distractions. While Crockett thrives on chaos and confrontation, Kelly refuses to play into it. Instead, she methodically lays out Crockett's weaknesses, showing how her outbursts reveal insecurity, how her obsession with attention betrays a lack of confidence, and how her constant defensiveness exposes her inability to engage in serious debate. Crockett doesn't come off as powerful or fearless, she comes off as fragile and over her head, flailing against critics who see right through her act. The roast grows even sharper when Kelly dives into Crockett's image management. Crockett seems more interested in curating a personal brand than in governing. She knows how to dress for the camera, how to stage a viral clip, how to spin a soundbite into an overnight trend. But Megyn Kelly makes the case that this obsession with branding is a trap.
Next guest has some more on Ms. Crockett. He's Benny Johnson. He's host of The Benny Show, and he has an exclusive report now on Crockett's alleged background. See, he traveled to where Crockett claims she is from a tough area of South Dallas. You know, you hear her speak. She tries to talk street like, okay. Compared to where she's actually from, it's quite a different picture. Where she's actually from is a beautiful, well-manicured area for the elite.
Crockett has built her career on fleeting moments of outrage, but outrage has a short shelf life. The same audience that cheers her today will forget her tomorrow, leaving her scrambling for the next headline. Kelly underscores the emptiness of that strategy. It's the political equivalent of a sugar rush, leaving nothing of substance behind. Kelly also addresses the way Crockett handles opposition. Instead of engaging with critics, Crockett demonizes them. Instead of debating policy, she smears people. Kelly pulls no punches in showing how this tactic is not only intellectually lazy, but also corrosive to any hope of building alliances or credibility. Crockett thrives on division because it keeps her relevant, but Kelly exposes how that same division makes her ineffective. No one takes a wrecking ball seriously if all it does is smash indiscriminately. Perhaps the cruelest twist is how Kelly turns Crockett's supposed strengths into weaknesses. Her quick temper, which some of her supporters mistake for passion, is framed as immaturity. Her boldness, touted as fearlessness, comes across as recklessness. Her defiance, celebrated as authenticity, is revealed as nothing more than insecurity in disguise. Kelly doesn't just criticize Crockett, she redefines her, stripping away the self-styled image Crockett tries so hard to project and replacing it with something far less flattering.
Only thing hot about him is that he is a hot-ass mess, honey.
I got to check my woke rule book, Walter, but I'm not sure I don't think that's allowed. I do not think you refer to the guy who's in a wheelchair as the governor of your state as Governor Hot Wheels. Some of her defenders online are like, we all call him that down here. And as far as I can tell, it's only nasty leftists who do. Not sure that gives you a pass.
What makes Megyn Kelly's destruction of Jasmine Crockett so captivating is the sheer ease with which she does it. Crockett is all sound and fury, but Kelly is precise and unyielding. Crockett flails while Kelly dismantles. Crockett's antics are loud, but Kelly's analysis is louder in its impact. By the time Kelly is finished, the audience isn't just unimpressed with Crockett, they're embarrassed for her. The lasting effect of this roast is that Crockett can no longer hide behind the veil of inexperience or charisma. Kelly has shown that beneath the bluster lies a politician who is profoundly ordinary, lacking both the discipline and the depth to be taken seriously. And in Washington, where perception often matters as much as policy, that kind of exposure is devastating. Crockett wanted to be seen as a rising star, but after Kelly's dismantling, she looks more like a shooting star, brief, bright, and already burning out. What makes this takedown sting even more is that Crockett has leaned heavily on personality rather than substance. In politics, charisma can carry someone through a few television hits or flashy sound bites, but it rarely sustains a career.
To become, instead of someone who dumbs themselves down or lies about where they come from to try to be more hood.
Yes, that's what she's doing all the time. And she didn't talk like this before either, where she's like, y'all, I know, my homie, and I'm like, okay, that didn't exist. We ran tape from her. Before she ran for office, she sounded like a normal person. But now she's gone full street with the super long nails too, and like the lips and the gloss and like the eyelashes. She's really laying it on because she wants to be seen as like this down-home girl who...
Kelly dragged that truth into the spotlight, stripping away the theatrics and leaving Crockett with nothing but the unimpressive record she's tried so hard to disguise. This is the brutal part of political theater. Once the illusion breaks, it doesn't get rebuilt. Colleagues, opponents, and even the media begin to view the person differently. Where there was once curiosity, there is now skepticism. Where there was once enthusiasm, there is now a rolling of the eyes. Crockett's problem isn't just that Kelly roasted her, it's that Kelly did so in a way that revealed what many suspected but hadn't dared to say. The emperor has no clothes moment doesn't fade, and in politics, it often becomes the only thing people remember. Kelly has essentially redrawn Crockett's political portrait. Instead of the ambitious upstart shaking up the system, she now comes across as the latest in a long line of overhyped names destined to fizzle out.
And stuff.
How do you even like... There's no reaching across the aisle to that.
No,
Yeah, like,
not at all.
just-
Well, she's not a real person. So some interesting things that I've always observed about her is how she treats her staff. She treats her staff like they are just beneath her.
I read that in the New York Post. Can you confirm?
Yes.
Wow.
So she always has, one of her young male staffers has to carry her big, heavy handbag for her. She just hands it off. It's like, who?
The lesson is cruel, but clear. Without substance, every star burns out faster than it rises. Crockett's critics now have ammunition, her allies have doubt, and the voters who once gave her the benefit of the doubt will watch more closely the next time she tries to command the stage. That shift in perception is lethal, and it rarely reverses. And let's not forget the way Washington itself operates. It thrives on reputation, on whispers in hallways, on the stories that circulate behind closed doors. Kelly's roast won't just live in headlines, it will echo in those conversations. Every stumble Crockett makes from this point forward will be measured against Kelly's dismantling. Every misstep will reinforce the idea that she's not ready, not serious, not capable of matching the hype. That becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Once you're tagged as unserious in Washington, doors close, alliances weaken, and opportunities vanish before they even reach your desk. Crockett now finds herself in the political danger zone where ambition collides with reality.
We know that we work for the American people, and what we not gonna do is stand around while they pull this that they trying to pull right now.
Like, what? What do you... We have videotape. Why are you talking like that? No one believes this bullshit. And now she's graduated to acting like a thug. So congratulations. Your term in the U.S. Congress is going really well.
That was it.
If she doubles down, she risks looking desperate. If she retreats, she looks defeated. There's no safe option left. And that's precisely why Kelly's takedown is so effective. It cornered her. The brilliance of the roast lies not just in the sharpness of the words, but in the trap it's set. Crockett can't escape the frame Kelly has built for her because any attempt to wriggle free only proves Kelly's point. Megyn Kelly's roast doesn't just wound Crockett, it defines her. The political world is unforgiving, and once a narrative takes hold, it's nearly impossible to shake. Thanks to Kelly, Crockett's narrative is now set. A politician propped up by hype, undone by her own immaturity, and exposed by someone who knows exactly how to take apart a facade. Kelly didn't just destroy Crockett in the moment, she may have permanently branded her in the public imagination as a lightweight masquerading as a heavyweight. And for a politician who lives for the spotlight, that is the cruelest cut of all. The irony here is sharp. Crockett entered the spotlight wanting recognition, and she got it, but not in the way she imagined. Instead of being celebrated as a fresh voice with staying power, she has become a case study in what happens when hype outruns ability. Political careers are built on momentum, and once that momentum shifts in the wrong direction, regaining it is nearly impossible. Kelly shifted the wind against her, and Crockett is now left fighting not just for credibility, but for survival. For someone chasing the label of rising star, the fallout could not be more severe. Stars rise by commanding respect, by proving over time that they have something to offer beyond flash and fury. Crockett's problem is that Kelly exposed her before she had the chance to prove otherwise. The brand is tarnished, the image cracked, and the whispers have already begun. When the story of Jasmine Crockett is told in Washington circles from now on, it won't be about her early promise, it will be about how Megyn Kelly dismantled her with brutal precision. That is the lasting mark of a truly devastating roast. It doesn't just win the moment, it rewrites the narrative. And for Crockett, that rewritten story may be the beginning of the end.